So first of all, good evening everyone. Welcome to this channel. My name is Hitesh, and today we are going to see that what is the meaning of the C language. Okay. So in this video, we will elaborate about the everything about the C programming language. Okay. So in this video, we will first discuss about that what is the C programming language. But before that, we will firstly discuss about that what is the language, what is the language, what is the programming language. Okay. And the second question that why we are going to the learning the programming language, and then we will see that what is the C programming language. Okay. And then the everything about the advantages, disadvantages, and etc, so on about the C programming language in this video, because after this video we will discuss about the next level of the C programming world. Because in this video we are just going to the elaborating about the everything about the C in the software. Okay. So what is the programming language? I am just defining in the first step. So programming language is nothing. I am just defining about the programming language. So programming language is nothing but it is a language which is used to the communicate with the computer, for the work with our computer, for the how to, for the give the command to our computer. We are going to the use the language that is a programming language is called. Okay. So programming language is nothing but a language which is used to the mainly communicate with our computer. These types of the languages will be called the programming languages. Okay. So which language is used to the communicate with our computer, these types of the languages will be called the programming languages. Okay. So I hope that you have the clarity about that what is the meaning of the programming language. Okay. So after the programming language we are going to the defining about that why we are going to the learning the programming language. Okay. So as you know that in the real life scenario in our life, a lot of problems is occurring day by day. Okay. So we should have also to the sort out these problems. So mainly we have to the digitally we can do widely we can solve the problems. Okay. So main reason is here that we have to the learning, we are going to the learning about the programming languages. Suppose you are also watching this video through the one software, which software is going to the widely used in this world. Okay. That is a YouTube or anything else. So you can say that we are going to the learning the programming language to solve the real life problems. Okay. So we can say that this is the necessary thing that why we are going to the learning the programming language. Okay. And then you can start the programming language journey. But if you have no any destination, so that why we are going to the learning, then you can't learn. Okay. So you should have to the one main should be there. Okay. Aim should be there that what will you do when you are, why we are going to the learning the programming language. Okay. So solve the real life problems, and then we can also get a lot of the money, because if you are going to the solve the problems, then we will automatically earn the money, a lot of money, no only money. Okay. So I hope that you have to the clarity about that why we are going to the learning the programming language. So after the this reason, I am just going to this defining about the what is the applications and what is the websites. Okay. So there are, how can we means I want to say you that why we are going to the learn. I have to say to you that why we are going to the learning the programming language. Okay. So programming language also defined in the different sectors. So I am just going to the discuss with you about the three things, that is the application softwares and the system softwares, application softwares and the system softwares, application softwares, and the websites. Okay. So website and the application software, how can we create through the programming? All these things will be created through the programming language also. Okay. We can also, we can only and only do that only with the help of the programming languages. Okay. So there are the so many programming languages to create the applications, to create the websites, to create the system softwares. Okay. So I hope that you have the clarity about that. So C is also used to the create the applications. Okay. Through that through C we can't create the websites. Through C we can't create the softwares. That is a okay, you can say that is a system software you can create through the C, but I'm just going to the say something about the software. Okay, so I hope that we have to the clarity about that why whatever I have to the say to you about the languages, what is the meaning of the programming language, and then I have to the define that why we are going to the learning the programming language. Okay, and then I have to discuss with you that what is the applications, how can we create the applications through the C, through the C++, through the Java. Java is mainly okay. Java, if you are going to the application development mode, then you should have to the Java or Kotlin. Java is mainly okay. Kotlin is a, you can choose as the exceptions. Okay, because Java is the mandatory for that, because without the Java you can't create the applications. Through the Android development course, you will, after the Java you should have to the choose the Android development course, and then you can do that. Okay, you can create any applications through the Java. But why we are going to the learning the C and the C++? Because very and very our path will be very easy. Because if we are going to the directly visit to the if you're going to the directly go to the Java learning, then at that time we can say that is a very and very problems will be occur. Okay, so for that, for the solving these things, we should have to the learn the first C and then C++ and then the Java, because all the C and C++ concept is there, that is a Java, there is a Java. Okay, so I have to just say to you everything about all these things. Okay, so through the C you can also the create the lot of projects, a lot of things, a lot of applications, but there is no a lot of features there provided in the for the C. Okay, so we are going to the learning the C and C++ for the only and only learning zones, and then after the C and C++ we will learn the Java, and then you can create the applications. Okay, so I hope that we have the clarity about the applications. Okay, so how can we create the application to solve the problems? Okay, but after that I'm just going to the say something about that how can we create the websites to solve the real life problems. So we can choose the three languages is there. Okay, mainly the four you can say, that is the XML is also there. So we have the XML is also for the application development, for the create the layouts. Okay, and I hope that we have the one question is arising that what is the meaning of the Kotlin. So Kotlin is also a programming language, is which to the used to the create the applications. Okay, so you can also choose the Kotlin or the Java, but Java is providing a lot of the features in the to solve the real life problems you can say. Okay, but Kotlin is not contains a lot of features, so we are going to the mainly mandatory for the Java, not going to the Kotlin. Okay, so I hope that we have the clarity, but after that we are going to the see that how can we create the websites. Okay, so through the CSS, HTMLs and the JavaScripts we can create the websites, because the HTML which we will be create the layouts, and the CSS will be put the a lot of the creativity. For the creativity we will use the CSS, and the JavaScript will be used as a brain of our all these things in our websites. Okay, so I hope that you have the clarity about all these things in this video, that what is how can we create the uh, websites. And after that I want to say something that how to create the softwares. That is a code blocks also one software, Notepad is also one softwares. Okay, so how can we create all these things, I am just going to the elaborating in this video. So you can go to the Python, because Python is a lot of feature is there. Okay, Python also using for the website development. Python is also using for the uh, graphics you can say. Okay, that is the title is there. Okay, but I want to say something that Python is a mandatory for the software development. Okay, website development also there, and software development also there. Okay, so I hope that you can choose the Python, that is a tkinter is there. Okay, kinter. Okay, kinter is there to create the a lot of the frames in our softwares. Okay, so I hope that we have the clarity about how to create the softwares, how to create the applications, and the how to create the websites. Okay, so let's move to the C programming language, that what is the meaning of the C programming language. Okay, so what is the C? C is nothing but a C is a programming language which is used to the C is a programming language that you can say also that is a mother language. Okay, but we are the IT sectors fields. Yeah, we are the IT students. We can't say that the mother, father, and etc. so on in these fields. Okay, so we are just going to say that C is the basic language which is used to the mainly and mainly for the learning concept of the programming language for the newly students, for the newly coders. Okay, so I hope that you have the clarity about that. So C is what? C is a programming, C is a computer formal language. I'm just going to the define in a different way. Okay, in the IT sectors fields with the in the IT sectors fields view. Okay, so C is a nothing but a C is a computer formal language which is used to the communicate with the computers. Okay, so what to do or for the what to do or how to do. Okay, means give the command, we are going to the learning the C programming language. What is the C? C is the computer formal language which is used to the communicate with our computer. This is the meaning of the C. Okay, yes, this is also a uh, com- programming language. Okay, this is the programming language, as you know all these things about that. And after the C defining, I want to say you something that why we are learning the C, bro. You should have to the understand what is the meaning of the C. So we have to the already define, but what is the advantages, why we are going to the learning the C programming, we should have to the clarity. Okay, so because I have to the already said to you that C is the basic language for the newly coders, we should have to the said to that is a C recommended. Okay, because they have no any idea about the codings and the etc so on. So C is the basic programming language, so we should have to the one advantages. Okay, one second. Sorry for that. So C is nothing but a C is a computer formal language is used to the communicate with the computer. Okay, and after that I want to say something that why we are going to the learning the C programming, because the main reason is here that with the help of the C, as you know that the first step I have to the say to you that the main reason is that that is a C is a programming language which is the basic programming language, through that we can learn the any programming language. That is the main reason that if we are going to the firstly we are going to learn the C programming language, because all these languages will be depend on the as same as the C programming, not depend we can say. Okay, so I hope that you have the clarity that why we are going to the learning the first step as a C, and after that I am just going to say you something that why we are going to the learning the C programming. That mainly because there are a lot of the function is there. Okay, that contains the mainly 232 keywords. Okay, itself, and a lot of the features is providing in the C programming world, which function is providing there, bro. So I am just going to the save something that is there is a predefined functions. I But before that I want to say something about the features of the C. Okay, that contains the variables, and then contains the data types, that contains the conditions, conditional statements, operators, and the operators, statements, and the conditions have to be said, and also contains the functions, structures, union, and also the type def. A lot of thing is there. Okay, a lot of function is there. You can use in your program. You can use in your project to create any applications. Okay, so there are mainly the two types of the functions. That is a predefined functions, and the one is the system defined, predefined or system defined same. Okay, and the second one is the user defined function. Okay, so what is the meaning of the predefined function, and the predefined function is what, and the system defined you have to say to already about that. Okay, so wait, wait. So I have to just say to you that what is the meaning of the but I have to just say to you that there is mainly two types of the function. That is also first one is the predefined or system you can say, and the second one is the user defined. Okay, so what is the meaning of the system defined function and what is the meaning of the user defined? So you can say that is a system defined function is a there, that is a main function you can say, and the second one is a scanf and the printf. All these functions is providing by the our compiler you can say. Okay, so all these functions will be called the predefined functions. Okay, but we can also create the functions through the ourselves. Okay, so these types of the functions will be called the user defined function. Okay, so we can create all these things. We will learn all these things in the next level. Okay, so I have to say to you mainly what will be there. Okay, without functions we can't say that is a C is a growing up. Okay, so I hope that you have the clarity about all these things. We will also discuss about structures, unions, a lot of things is there, a lot of function is there, bro. So we will discuss about in the next levels. So I hope that you have the clarity about all these things in the C programming. Okay, so what is the C and what is the all these things, what is the advantages we have to see, and I am just going to say something, only some lines about the disadvantages of the C programming language. Okay, that is a drawback of the C programming. So we can say that is a C is not containing a lot of the functions. It is contains the only some after the set in the advantages, that is contains a lot of functions, and I am just going to the in the disadvantage, I am just going to the say to that there is no lot of function, but this contains the limitations. There is the some limitations, so this is the disadvantages of the. Okay, and there is the only one thing, that is a runtime. For the create the runtime blocks, we have only one thing, that is a malloc, alloc, and etc. So on. DMA concept is only, but we should have to the only and only focus about the runtime, because the all these things should have to the runtime, because then our execution times will be very less. Okay, so I hope that you have the clarity. That one is also one exceptions. That one is also one drawback of the C programming. Okay, so I hope that you have the clarity about all these things. That is a first is a drawback, that is a limitations, and second one is the compile time. All these things will be there. Okay, that is a not runtimes. So I hope that you have the clarity about all these things, that what is the meaning of the C programming language and all these things about all these things, bro. Okay, so let's meet you in the next video, in the next level of the energy, with the next questions, with the next uh, level of the, all these things. Okay, so let's meet you again in the next video. Let's bye. Let's bye.